If you're looking to understand the US30 market, you are in the right place because in this video, I'm going to break down the things that I see inside of the market and talk about my game plan in terms of my entry zones, my exit zones, my potential take profit zones, and all of those things combined in order to help you become a better trader. So make sure that you stick around because this video is definitely going to simplify the way you analyze US30. So hopping right into it, starting on the weekly time frame here, I want to point out this really big bearish candle. Now, last week when I talked about this market, I also pointed out the fact that we had all of these bullish candles for what, 6 weeks? That's a really good run, especially on US30. And you look at price action before, it's roughly been about 5, 6 weeks and then big bearish candle. And then a few weeks, okay, this is a month, bearish candle. 6 weeks, bearish candle. So I was expecting this, but being someone who also invests in addition to trade, it hurts. So I want to talk about what could potentially happen for this upcoming week. Also keeping in mind that we do have two really strong news catalysts that are coming up pretty much in the next 10 or so days, maybe a little bit longer, but we have the US election. So obviously that really tends to drive markets. And then also we have FOMC. And then at that time, we will understand whether or not we're going to get some sort of a rate cut and what that rate cut may look like. So really important to keep in mind. But of course, when it comes to really big bearish candles inside of the market, it sucks temporarily, but I see these as opportunities to be able to pick up some stocks that I've been waiting on. So nothing to worry there. So let's talk about our game plan for the upcoming week on US30. So I want to mark off this level right here at the very top of the market. And this is at 43,312. It's amazing how much this market has pulled up. And I want to also mark off this level right here at 41,555, let's say, and then just one more level right here at 40,200 and let's just say 20. So just to keep it clean, so let's go down to the daily time frame and see how we can make these levels a bit better. So right now we got this. This is looking really good. And then we do have a lot of space between this price action and this zone right here. And part of that is we do have this resistance level right here. We do have a support right here. We do have a small little gap that's a little hard to see, but nevertheless, we do have a support here. So because I see that, one thing I want to do is to draw another little zone, and I want to make this right at 41,000, let's just say 870. Now, this zone, I want to measure it to make sure that it's even useful. Okay, definitely useful at 323 points. So we're definitely going to keep it. So now what I want to do is I want to look at this level and just kind of see if it makes sense. And so far it does. I'm not going to draw anything down here because the market would have to have some crazy bearish catalyst to go all the way down, literally thousands of points inside of the market. So let's go ahead and look at H4 and check out these levels right here. So from what I can see, this top level is still looking great. So now that we have our new level that we drew on the last time frame, we can also see that there's a lot more support at this level. We have bounces. We have 4 bounces off of this level. Lets me know that this is a really strong support. Granted, we do have a little bit of gap here, but we will adjust that or identify what we should do about that when we talk about our game plan. So here we do have some resistances. We do have some supports here. This is still looking good at this level at 41,500 and let's say 40.50. This is a really big zone, so it's gonna be a little bit tighter when we go down to lower time frames. Still looking good on this time frame. So let's go to H2. Okay, so now on H2, we can see with a lot more detail what's happening here on US30. So I do see some levels that I may want to mark off additional levels on H1, but for right now, this is looking good. Actually, let's just do it now because I do see some levels that I want to mark off. So I want to take a level and I want to put it right here. and just kind of break up this really big zone because this is a really big zone from 43,300 all the way down to 41. So that's over 2,000, almost, yeah, over 2,000 points, and that's a really big move. So having this level right here at 42,500 and let's say 40 is really nice. We not only have this resistance level right here, we also have some resistances, and then we also have another resistance, another resistance. So I'm really liking this level right now. And like I said, we may refine this a lot more when we go down to the H1 time frame, but for right now, this looks really good. And if we go over here, we can see this level that we drew. Now it's looking a little weird, and I think I want to adjust it. So let me just drag this down just a little bit. And I actually do like this level a little bit better at 41,400 and let's say 75. Yes, up here we do see a break above and a break back down. And then we do see a lot of consolidation here. These tiny candles tell me that this was a time when there wasn't a lot of volume or activity inside of the market. And it's totally okay because the biggest focus we want to have is with these really big candles that are right here because that's where the volume has entered inside of the market. So I really like how these candles are sitting on top of this level right here at 41,475, let's say. We also have rejections throughout here. So looking at this bottom level right here, now I don't anticipate price to really come down here this upcoming week. So we're not really going to think about it right now, but let's go ahead and go to the H1 time frame and see if there are some other levels that we could draw. So that way we can have really defined potential trading levels. So looking at this level up here, this is the very top, and there is another level that I do want to draw. So I'm going to draw this level starting here. We're going to make a really slim box. And we're going to have a level right here at 43,000, almost 43,000 flat. So really like this level already. And of course, if you're following along, you can extend this level in order to anticipate further price action potentially in this area. Now, like I said, we did have a lot of sell-off this week, but that doesn't mean that there can't be aggressive buying next week, even though we saw aggressive selling this week. So this is looking really good right there. Now I got another zone. And then if I look down here, I do see another area where I could potentially put another zone just to make these zones. We want to have enough range. So when I talk about range, I'm talking about the space between these levels. So 200 points fits within my trading plan. If you have something inside of your trading plan where you want to maybe have bigger zones, then that's good for you. But this is something that works for me, and I really do like this. So let me move this a little bit just to see. Actually, ooh, I do like this at 42,270. Even though we do have this gap, I do want to prioritize recent price action, mainly because we do have a really big wick in this area. We also have support right here with some wicks. It pushed up from this area, making just an equal high to these highs over here, essentially, and then it pushed down and broke that level. So I actually like this level right here a lot better. And then this is probably going to be good as far as extra levels up there. And then going to this level that we drew, I do want to move this down just a little bit. So now this is sitting at 41,800 and let's say 15, 20 in that zone. And then if we move over just to kind of check price levels and just make sure that our price is still respecting this level. So it still looks good to me. So now let's look at this level that we refined on the last time frame. It's still looking good. We have our supports throughout here, our rejections, amazing. Okay, and we still have this consolidation stuff. So cool. So now that we have a nice clean chart, and we also have tradable zones, let me go ahead and extend that just a little bit to anticipate future price. So now that we got these tradable zones here, now we can come up with a game plan for this upcoming week. So it's a little bit tough to see the candles, but it's okay because all we really need to see is price. So the biggest thing that I see right now, we have this area right here where price is basically in the middle of this range. So we have this range here all the way down here. That's 457 points. So this is a really big range. So I can see price from this point doing a couple of things potentially. So what I can see is I can see price potentially coming back up here to retest this level, and I can also see it coming down, breaking this level, and then heading back down here. Now, another thing that I could see in this market, so let's just say that price was to come back up here, form some sort of structure, and then look like it wants to push up. So a potential trade idea could be in here. If we get the right market structure, price coming up to here and retesting this high that it made. And if it respects it, then there could be the potential for price to continue to form new market structure coming up and just continuing, its way all the way up here. That's another idea I could see on the buy side, but generally I'm still bullish on this market, even though we had this really big sell off, and mainly because of this level right here. So this level right here, as long as price doesn't break this level and start to trend or start to create market structure that is a lot more bearish, I'm generally bullish on this market. So let me get this. So I'm going to say buys up to here, and then below here generally sells, and then we have to scoot over and we have to look at further market structure. So I wouldn't necessarily say sells below here. It could actually be this level right here. Okay, so now that I've adjusted that, so pretty much this level, this is where I'll really be looking for sells, mainly because, yes, this is really strong market structure, and you could potentially, if you're interested in that, I am not, but if you're interested in taking a short-term short down to here, I think that could be really good. And when it comes to taking shorts, these days, I'm generally more bullish with the market than bearish. So I'd rather take buys. And I just like to be really careful when it comes to shorts because when they work out fantastically. But when they don't, you get burned. So, and I've been burned way too many times with trying to take shorts, which is why I'm generally more of a buyer these days than a shorter. So, that's why I said in this area, you could take, if you're interested in that, but an idea that I have is potentially shorting from here to here. And then, of course, below here, there's some other levels that could potentially be taken as shorts, but the price would have to fall significantly. And we have seen over this past week, price has fallen quite significantly. It fell from here all the way down to here. And that is 1,300 points. That is a lot of points. So price could potentially do the same thing. But when it comes to shorting, especially when the market is generally bullish, even if you have this really big pullback like here, you just have to be a little bit careful. Another idea that I would have on this market. So once again, I really believe price will potentially retest here, and then maybe it could break here, maybe it could break here, and then come up, breaking this level here, breaking this level here, and price could continue to shoot up. So that's just pretty much my other idea when it comes to US30 for this upcoming week. And if you've liked this video, go ahead and let me know what you liked about it inside of the comment section below, because I only want to make this video on US30 only if you want to see it. So if enough people say that they want to see it, then I will continue to do it. And if not, then I won't make the videos. So let me know in the comment section below your takeaways from this video, and I will see you next time.